Friends, let's talk about something we all do, but almost no one discusses. It's a universal human experience, a daily ritual for most, and yet, it's shrouded in secrecy, embarrassment, and bad jokes. I'm talking about going to the bathroom. Number 2. Pooping. For centuries, this has been a taboo subject, relegated to hushed tones and bathroom humor. But today, right here, we are going to shatter that taboo. Because the science is screaming something at us, and it's time we listened. The state of your stool, the timing of your toilet trips, the very schedule of your digestion, this isn't just a matter of comfort or inconvenience. This is one of the most powerful, real-time diagnostic tools you have for your overall health. I am not exaggerating when I say that your poop schedule is a direct window into the well-being of your entire body, from your brain to your heart to your immune system. Think about it. Your digestive system is not some isolated, separate tube. It is the very core of you. It's where you interact with the outside world, taking in fuel and information in the form of food. It's home to trillions of bacteria, your gut microbiome, that outnumber your own human cells. This internal ecosystem, often called your second brain, communicates constantly with your actual brain, your hormonal systems, and your immune defenses. And the final product of this incredibly complex, 24/7 operation? Your poop. It is the report card your body generates every single day, telling you exactly how it's handling the job of being alive. So, if you're ignoring that report card, you are ignoring a fundamental truth about your health. Today, we are going to learn how to read it. We are going to dive deep into the science of your schedule. We will explore what the studies say about the perfect poop, why timing is everything, how your gut talks to your brain, and what it means when things go off the rails. This is not about shame, this is about empowerment. This is about taking control of a vital sign that has been neglected for far too long. Let's start with the gold standard. What does normal even look like? For too long, we've operated under the assumption that a daily bowel movement is the only sign of a healthy system. But the science, particularly the landmark research that led to the Bristol stool chart, paints a more nuanced picture. The consistency of your stool is far more important than the frequency. The ideal bowel movement is type 3 or type 4 on the Bristol stool chart. It should be soft, formed, smooth, and pass easily, like a sausage or a snake, without strain, without urgency, and without leaving you feeling like you still have more to go. Now, let's talk frequency. While once a day is common, the range of what studies consider normal is actually much broader. Research published in the Scandinavian Journal of Gastroenterology suggests that anything from 3 times a day to 3 times a week can fall within the healthy spectrum, provided the stool is of good consistency and the process is comfortable. The key isn't a rigid, clockwork schedule. The key is a rhythm. Your body should have a predictable, reliable pattern that is unique to you. It's the sudden, unexplained change in your personal rhythm that is often the first and most important red flag. So, the goal is not to force yourself into a once-a-day mold. The goal is to discover and maintain your own personal, healthy rhythm. But why does this rhythm matter so much? It all comes down to one of the most exciting fields of modern medicine, the gut-brain axis. Your gut and your brain are in constant, bidirectional communication via a massive nerve called the vagus nerve. This is not a metaphor. This is a physical, hardwired superhighway of information. Your gut produces over 90% of your body's serotonin, the neurotransmitter most associated with happiness and well-being. It also produces GABA, which helps control fear and anxiety. What happens in your gut doesn't stay in your gut. It directly influences your mood, your stress levels, and even your cognitive function. Think about the last time you were nervous. You probably felt butterflies in your stomach. That was your gut-brain axis in action. Now, imagine that system in a state of chronic dysfunction due to poor digestion. Studies have linked imbalances in gut bacteria, often caused by poor diet and irregular elimination, to an increased risk of anxiety and depression. A sluggish bowel allows for the overgrowth of harmful bacteria, which produce inflammatory compounds that can travel through the bloodstream and even cross the blood-brain barrier, contributing to brain fog, fatigue, and low mood. So, when you neglect your poop schedule, you are not just risking constipation or bloating, you are potentially disrupting the very chemical balance of your brain. And the conversation doesn't stop at your brain. Your gut is the command center of your immune system. Nearly 70 to 80% of your immune cells reside in your gut-associated lymphoid tissue. Their job is to interact with the trillions of bacteria in your microbiome, learning to distinguish between friend and foe. A healthy, regular digestive system, with a diverse and balanced microbiome, acts as a training ground for your immune army. It teaches your body to fight off pathogens while tolerating harmless substances. But when your poop schedule is off, when you're constipated, stool sits in your colon for too long. This allows harmful bacteria to proliferate and produce toxins. It can lead to a condition often called leaky gut, or increased intestinal permeability, where the tight junctions in your intestinal lining become loose. This allows undigested food particles, bacteria, and toxins to leak into your bloodstream, triggering a systemic, chronic state of inflammation. This foundational inflammation is now recognized by studies as a root driver of virtually every modern chronic disease, from autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and Hashimoto's, to metabolic disorders like type 2 diabetes and obesity, and even to cardiovascular disease. Your poop schedule, therefore, is a direct regulator of your body's inflammatory fire. A regular schedule keeps the fire contained, an irregular one can set your whole body ablaze. Let's get more specific. Let's talk about the two most common disruptions to a healthy rhythm, constipation and diarrhea. Most people think of them as mere annoyances. Science reveals they are critical distress signals. Chronic constipation, defined as having fewer than 3 bowel movements a week, with hard, lumpy, difficult-to-pass stools, is not just about discomfort. When stool sits in the colon, the body continues to reabsorb water from it, making it harder and drier. But it also continues to reabsorb toxins and hormones that were meant to be excreted. For example, excess estrogen is supposed to be processed by the liver and sent out in the stool. In constipation, this estrogen can be reabsorbed back into the bloodstream, contributing to estrogen dominance, which is linked to conditions like PMS, fibroids, and certain hormonal cancers. Furthermore, the constant straining associated with chronic constipation can increase abdominal pressure, contributing to issues like hemorrhoids and hernias, and can even place stress on the cardiovascular system. On the other end of the spectrum, chronic diarrhea is equally alarming. While acute diarrhea is often your body's way of rapidly expelling a pathogen, chronic diarrhea, loose, watery stools that persist for weeks, is a sign of malabsorption and inflammation. Your food is moving through you so quickly that your body isn't able to absorb essential nutrients, vitamins, minerals, fats, proteins. This can lead to deficiencies, fatigue, and unintended weight loss. It indicates that your gut lining is irritated and inflamed, often due to conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, inflammatory bowel disease, IBD like Crohn's or ulcerative colitis, or food intolerances like celiac disease. Your body is, in essence, in a state of panic, desperately trying to flush out something it perceives as a threat. So, the question becomes, what dictates whether you have a healthy, rhythmic schedule or one plagued by these issues? The answer lies in a combination of factors that are almost entirely within your control. The single biggest lever you can pull is your diet. You are not just feeding yourself, you are feeding the trillions of bacteria in your gut. And they have very specific dietary preferences. The cornerstone of a healthy gut is fiber. Think of fiber as the broom that sweeps your digestive tract clean. Soluble fiber, found in oats, nuts, seeds, and legumes, absorbs water and forms a gel-like substance, softening the stool. Insoluble fiber, found in whole grains, vegetables, and wheat bran, adds bulk and helps move everything along. Most people are not getting nearly enough. The recommended intake is 25 to 35 grams per day, but the average person consumes less than half of that. When you increase your fiber intake, you are essentially providing the bulk and softness that creates that ideal type 4 stool and encourages regular, effortless passage. But fiber is just the beginning. The modern diet is filled with processed foods, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats that are devastating to the gut microbiome. These food-like substances feed the harmful, inflammatory bacteria while starving the beneficial ones. This leads to a decrease in microbial diversity, which is a hallmark of poor gut health. Studies have consistently shown that a diet high in processed foods is directly correlated with constipation, inflammation, and a higher risk of chronic disease. On the flip side, a diet rich in whole, plant-based foods, fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, kimchi, and sauerkraut, which provide natural probiotics and lean proteins, cultivates a rich and diverse microbiome that supports a regular, healthy poop schedule. The second critical factor is hydration. Water is the essential partner to fiber. Without adequate water, fiber becomes a clogging agent rather than a cleansing one. It can harden and worsen constipation. Your colon's primary job is to reabsorb water from the digestive material back into the body. If you are dehydrated, it will pull out every last drop, leaving your stool hard, dry, and difficult to pass. Aim to drink enough water so that your urine is a light straw color throughout the day. This simple habit is one of the most effective ways to ensure your digestive system is well lubricated and functioning smoothly. The third pillar is movement. Exercise isn't just for your biceps and your cardiovascular system, it's for your colon, too. Physical activity helps to stimulate the natural contractions of the intestinal muscles, a process known as peristalsis. This is what physically pushes the stool along its journey. A sedentary lifestyle often leads to a sedentary gut. Regular movement, even something as simple as a daily 30-minute walk, can be a powerful promotility agent, helping to prevent and relieve constipation. Then, there are the silent saboteurs, stress and sleep. We've already discussed the gut-brain axis. When you are in a chronic state of stress, your body is in fight or flight mode. It diverts energy and resources away from non-essential functions like digestion and toward functions that would help you run from a predator. This slows down gut motility, reduces enzyme production, and can alter the composition of your gut bacteria. Chronic stress is a direct recipe for constipation and bloating. Similarly, poor sleep or a disrupted circadian rhythm wreaks havoc on your digestive schedule. Your gut has its own circadian clock, and it expects to do most of its heavy cleaning and repair work at night. When you are sleep-deprived or eating at odd hours, you throw this clock out of sync, leading to irregularity and inefficiency. So, we have the blueprint. We understand the profound connection between our poop schedule and our overall health. We know the key levers: diet, hydration, movement, stress, and sleep. But knowledge is only power if we apply it. This is where I need you to make a choice. You can close this video and go back to ignoring the most important daily health report you will ever receive. Or, you can decide that today is the day you start paying attention. Today is the day you become the expert on your own body. Start by becoming an observer. For 1 week, keep a simple journal. Note the time of your bowel movements. Use the Bristol stool chart to note the consistency. Was it easy or difficult? Did you feel complete evacuation? Note what you ate, your stress levels, and your sleep. This data is invaluable. It will reveal your personal patterns and what might be disrupting them. Then, make one change at a time. Maybe this week, you focus on adding 1 extra serving of vegetables to every meal. Next week, you commit to drinking a large glass of water first thing in the morning. The week after, you institute a 10-minute daily walk. Small, consistent changes are far more powerful and sustainable than a complete, overwhelming overhaul. Listen to your body's cues. The urge to go is a signal you should not ignore. When you feel it, respond. Holding it in can disrupt the natural rhythm and lead to constipation over time. Try to establish a routine, perhaps by trying to go about 15 to 30 minutes after a meal, as the gastrocolic reflex naturally stimulates bowel movements at this time. This journey towards a healthier you, guided by your gut, is not a solitary one. The science is evolving every day, revealing new and fascinating connections. From the impact of specific probiotics on mental health to the role of the microbiome in immune defense, this is the frontier of medicine. And I want to bring you along on that journey. If this conversation has opened your eyes, if it has made you think differently about your health, then I invite you to join our community. We are here to cut through the noise, to bring you evidence-based, straight-talking health information that empowers you to take control. So, do me a favor. If this message resonated with you, if you learned something valuable today, please like this video. It tells the algorithm that this is important content that should be shared. Share it with someone you care about, a friend, a family member, a colleague. Break the taboo for them. Start a conversation that could change their health. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Because we are just getting started. We have so much more to explore together, deep dives on the microbiome, specific diets for gut health, managing stress for better digestion, and so much more. Your body is talking to you every single day. It's time we all started listening. It's time we paid attention to the schedule. Because your health, your vitality, and your well-being depend on it. Thank you.